So I was at a Super Bowl party in February 2019. Everybody's partying, and one guy's like, "Hey, you got to meet this guy from Reno." And I was like, "Okay, I got to meet this guy from Reno." And you start talking, and I've been at I've been at like parties where you're just like, "All right, like what kind of blowhard or kind of wild
What's
guy?
this guy up to?
What's this guy up to?" It's this broker up in Reno. He's like, "Yeah, have you heard of Tesla?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard of Tesla."
Heard of it.
"Yeah, you heard of Google?" I was like, "Yeah, I've heard of Google." "I heard of Apple, Walmart." I'm like, "Dude, well, yes, all these companies." Like, well, they went up into this park called the Tahoe-Reno Industrial Center. I'm like, "Okay, like what is it?" He's like, "It's a 107,000 acre opportunity zone in the middle of the northern Nevada desert." I was like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "This is where Tesla did their 6 million square foot gigafactory. And now they're up to 9.5 million feet of warehouse space."
Damn.
And that's where the semiconductor truck is. And there's a company called Switch, which does a bunch of data centers. And I was like, I dive deeper into this park, and this park's done by this guy named Lance Gilman and Roger Norman. Just so you know, Lance Gilman is not only the county commissioner of Story County, which when this park sits, he also banned any residential development so he couldn't be outvoted. He also owns the brothel there. He also owns the dispensary there. And
This guy's a local entrepreneur.
Oh, dude, this guy, I hope a movie or a book is written about this guy. If not, I will take
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
basically.
100%.
Yeah.
And so this guy basically in 2010 around there went to a guy named Roger Norman out in the middle of nowhere. He says, "We're going to do this, and we're going to put in all this infrastructure into this park, fiber optic cable, above like capacity water, above capacity sewer, and we're going to do an industrial master plan here where you know it, you're a developer, right? Like, you know how hard it is to get a permit?
It's a bitch.
Do you know how hard it is to get entitlements? Like entitlements, then a permit, then financing, then everything. You know what this guy does? We got a permit in 30 days. We submitted our grading plan, and I think it was 36 days we got a grading permit. And so the story was of how this park got its claim to fame was Tesla's like guy when they're doing the gigafactories, like they're driving around like Fremont, in Austin, Texas, here in Nevada, and he's like, "You got to come out here." He keeps cold calling the guy who's overseeing the search. The guy gets off the plane, and he's like, "Here's your permit." And like, "What do you mean? Here's my permit?" He's like we're Tesla. Like, I'm from California. This stuff takes months, even though I'm Tesla. He's like,
it takes years.
Yeah. He's like, no, not here. Here's your permit. And then it goes even further where the guy who was doing all the actual oversights and inspections says, "I will have my guy do the minimum distance acceptable to the code, sleeping on a cot or in an office nearby for you to get your permit whenever." So this guy would get called at 3 a.m.